All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elected nation of Israel. And I was watching this video here, and it was very interesting to me. And the conclusion I came up with, man, is that Eve is getting done by her children how she does Jake. And in this particular situation here, it's exactly like how an adulterous Eve that gets caught for adultery would do her man when she gets caught for cheating, man, for adultery, right? And this mom basically, in this video, she found her child, brought a man into her house when she wasn't at home, right? So she got angry because she was basically like, my daughter shouldn't be moving like no harlot out here, and put her hands on her daughter, hit her with a belt, allegedly maybe punched her in her face, right? And the daughter ended up with bruises and came into school. The daughter's 17 years old, right? The daughter came into school. Then the teachers asked where the bruises came from. She told what happened, right? Then the police called the mom into the school and ended up interrogating her, and then ended up gonna take her to the police station, right? But when I was listening to the whole story, I was like, man, this is how Eve, that's an adulterer, does Jake. And then I ended up finding out from this mother, no one on the screen talking and explaining her situation. She ultimately said, I've had a domestic violence case with her father before in the past. And when that happened, we was only only away from each other for a few hours. Now, she didn't go into details of whether it was her that was the one that was violent, or if it was the man that was violent in the past, or whether it was both of them. But it further proves the point that I was saying about how Eve's getting done by her children, how she does Jake. Because when these women try and discipline their children, if the child don't like it, the child can run to the police. But that's how Eve's always did us. When we tell Eve, don't do this, don't do that, stop doing this, stop doing that. The moment Eve decided in this society that she don't want to listen, she'll run to Esau. Well, and her daughter now ended up doing the same thing to her. And she's all confused saying, how is this domestic violence? How is it? Well, because that's what the law says it is, mate. And she's all bamboozled saying, oh, this is inconvenient for me to be arrested. But how many times has she probably did that to men in her life and thrown Esau's system at her? I mean, at them. She already said that she had a domestic violence case, which I don't know the ins and outs of it, so I don't want to say. But this is how the Israelite woman does the Israelite man on a regular basis, and now they're starting to get a taste of it themselves, man. And the moment that their children don't want to deal with the mom's level of discipline, they can run to Esau now. And Eve's starting to really realize, man, what have I done? Like, why I betrayed the men of my nation for this? She's starting to really see that she really trusted in some foolishness, man. Eve was a real stupid idiot to have ever betrayed us for this system. She betrayed the Israelite man for this. They cast us away and treated us like we ain't nothing for this system here. Like, this video is a big, I think anyway, it's a big eye opener to how Eve's gonna really realize when it all goes down that she was not better than the Israelite man. She thought she was, but she's just not, because the discipline of trying to make your daughter not be a 304 should have came way earlier in life. And who's to tell as to the reasons as to why she's not with the father anymore? Now, it could be so-called reasons what could be justified to some degree, but according to the scriptures, there's not too many reasons why you're supposed to leave your man. There ain't too many reasons, man. If it was some LGB free person, then okay, fair enough. But there ain't too many reasons as to why a woman's allowed to leave her man in this society. And neither, well, in this society, there's any reason I meant in the scriptures, right? But the man's the disciplinarian, really. A father will school his daughter on how men think way more than women will, because women don't even care about what men think. Women don't care about what men want. They don't really give a two S's. They don't care. They just think that as long as they are somewhat fine and look good enough, that they're worthy of a man of any kind of stature, and it's getting so ridiculous in this society that they think they deserve all kind of different men that have things going on for themselves, even if they don't meet a certain level of attractiveness. They just think they deserve good things no matter what they look like. Absolutely ridiculous, but they think that they just deserve, man. And all over this world now, the Israelite woman is starting to get done through her children how she did us. She's already escaped from the yoke of the man in her mind, right? But now her children are trying to escape from her yoke because she wanted to try and get rid of from being over under the yoke and the bounds of the Israelite man, so that she could think that she's the leader of the nation. But now her children are trying to escape her yoke so that they can think that they're the leader of the nation. And they're all in doing that in their rebellion, are all rejecting the Israelite man who really is the true leader of the nation, man. And in doing that, they've all rejected Yahweh Shai, who is the true top of the nation of Israel. But I just wanted to speak about that, and I'll show the YouTube channel. It's called Arrestflix. That's the YouTube channel. This is the name of the title of the video. Mom's world crashes after school finds out what she did to her daughter. Which I'm not even necessarily saying that what she did I think's wrong. But here's the thing. If a man catches his woman trying to step outside of his boundaries, this world will tell him that he's wrong for doing that to his woman. But then it will still, people somewhat try and justify it if a mom does that to her daughter, but they don't justify it if a father does it to his children. Because this world is all just about hating men and making excuses for women. But today in this video, no excuses were made for her, and she's gonna have to deal with how Jake would have to deal, how a Jake man would have to deal with this situation, man. Eve's getting done by her children how she did us. Shalom.